Alright guys, we are back here with JoeNet versus First Departure. And I'm back here with your cast. I'm host Lysander Zenora, and we are here in the GEST main event here for April. And teams have been fighting for a very long time. We watched Neo Illusion International versus Orange earlier. And now, Neo In found themselves knocked out after a 2-1, very long best of 3 series. Neo In find themselves knocked out by Orange. Orange Mushi just a bit too strong with that Luna, and his entire team just crushed them with the strength of the draft, I think, with the silencer. And of course, now it's JoeNet versus First Departure in another set of quarterfinals. Yeah, another set of quarterfinals. And we'll be seeing how they're going to be fighting up against. First Departure is, of course, what they call the second best team in Singapore. Second best team in Singapore here. And JoeNet, of course, also a very strong team. I've seen them play a couple of times, and of course Don Xuan is something that everyone wants to play, watch play, because he has been doing a lot of amazing plays as of late. Background music. Well, hopefully, I'm not sure what the BGM is. Are you talking about? But I'm going to be going into the draft right now. So it's Silencer banned out First Departure. I'm going to ban out Silencer as well as Shadow Demon. So this is kind of interesting because they're not banning the normal meta game heroes, or so to speak. Yeah, not banning the normal meta game heroes. And Bad Rider JoeNet going to be banning with the normal, banning normal here. But First Departure do have first pick, so by banning the Shadow Demon as well as the Silencer, and they will have an opportunity to pick up something nice for themselves. Of course, First Departure, a very strong team by themselves. They do play very similarly to DK in a sense where they all aim to protect Miracle, their hard carry. And it's also interesting to note that Miracle isn't drafting this game, so it's possible. Yeah, it's possible that they are going for a different type of style here, but Magnus gonna be the first pickup here for First Departure. And I'm looking at the Twitch chat here while casting this draft, so I might get a little bit distracted at the start. Yep, and I'll be solo casting from here. I think Vix is kind of busy from here on out, so really sorry about that, guys. I know you guys really like Vix, and I really like having her on the cast as well. She does add a lot of Australian feel to it, and of course it's gonna be a Phantom Lancer as well as Koto for First Departure. So pulling no punches here in game 1. First Departure going to be going for the Cancer Lancer as well as the Koto. I heard some of you guys saying, well, we won the PL because we haven't seen enough Cancer today or something. I heard some guys say that. So there's gonna be your Cancer Lancer, and JoeNet respond with a Life Stealer as well as a Rubik. And also, something to note about First Departure was the Shadow Demon and Silencer draft. It does take 2 very possible supports as well as utility heroes that could be picked up by JoeNet. So by banning those out, you ban out good supports, but you don't ban the key metagame heroes such as Magnus, Lifestealer, Nyx Assassin, and you just let them slip through the pool. So it's something similar to what Zenith does with the no-ban strat, except this time First Departure bans the heroes that are more towards the number 4, number 5 roles, but they do their jobs really well, such as Shadow Demon. They have the good disrupting defense as well as the offense, and Silencer, of course, the global silence. We watched that destroy Neo Illusion International. They just couldn't do anything. They did the best. They tried to initiate onto them, onto their opponents, but they just couldn't get it. And yep, so just checking out the chat here. So if you guys have any more problems with my sound issues, do tell me so I can change the mic. But I don't think there'll be any more problems here. I'll just try to speak louder here. We've been casting for quite a long time. And yeah, guys, I'm sorry about this. No more co-caster. At least for now. Maybe in the future, if you guys like this, we can actually come back as a duo and cast more for you guys. So show your support, and you can see more of us in the future. And Queen of Pain going to be picked up here by JoeNet. JoeNet going for that strong solo mid, good AoE, good burst, and of course a very good counter to the Magnus in the laning phase. Going to be able to push the Magnus out of the lane with his constant Shadow Strike harassment. Of course, Magnus doesn't really ever lose a lane, if you have noticed by now. He just bottle crows the hell out of everything, and then shockwaves the creep wave down, and actually might get a kill on Queen of Pain if Queen of Pain isn't careful by level 6. So, alright, so I'm going to change the overlay here so that you guys don't get confused. Vix is no longer casting here. But there is first departure for this game, and I'm very excited to see first departure, because first departure has been one of the first few pro teams I actually casted back in the Flash Dota 2 League. Flash Dota 2 League, I've been casting them, and I kind of supported them because they were kind of the underdogs against Zenith. So first departure, I want to see how strong they are. They are really strong against teams that they, what do we say, quote quote, are not at above them in terms of skill level, such as Zenith. Against Zenith, they tend to play more defensively and more timidly, and that does result in their loss sometimes. They are a really talented team here in Singapore, but nope. Sometimes they do respect teams a bit too much. A lot of teams do this. They respect teams too much and do give a lot of leeway, give more time for their carries to farm up, and that does cost them the game at times. But first departure, already pulling no punches here on JoeNet. Going to go for the Phantom Lancer as well as the Kotal. So Bounty Hunter going to be banned as well. Bounty Hunter also a very good hero against Phantom Lancer, as Phantom Lancer not going to be able to run into that Doppel walk with the track up on him. And Lina, just going to be a cautionary ban here from first departure. Not letting the Rubik combo up with the Lina, of course. Burst damage from Lina, also very good at picking off Phantom Lancer in the early stages. Already have Quap for that, you don't want any more coming your way. And JoeNet actually going to pick off a Tinker here. So Tinker is a possible stall hero that could be added to first departure's lineup. Also run a lot by Polozon. Polozon does run his Tinker from time to time. Very skilled on that hero. And of course we'll be adding more to the stalling kind of game when it comes to the Phantom Lancer. And I like what first departure is doing here. Although they do pick up the PL, which I kind of look down upon. And of course they do have the Magnus, which is another hero that I don't really like seeing, because he's just a bit too strong in my opinion. But the thing is, you pick him up, you go for a very long drawn out game 1, and you're most likely to win because of the strong ganking draft. Yeah, you go for the strong turtling draft, you go for the strong turtling draft, you wear out your opponents, you wear out JoeNet. JoeNet, by the second game, if they do lose, they'll be feeling demoralized, they'll be feeling tired, and that's when you can strike with a brutal threat, a more aggressive threat. Just go for something and hit them really hard. So might even get them a 2-0 sweep here, you never know. First departure have been pulling a lot of miracles. Actually did take best of 3 off Zenith back in the Flash Dota 2 League. Gonna ban out Lestrak here, another possible combo with the Rubik. Is there a single game where Rubik hasn't been picked now? I don't think so. Rubik just such a strong hero in terms of design, being able to do nearly everything. The telekinesis into the Fate Bolt, as well as the spell steal, makes him a hero that can technically do anything. And of course we'll be looking to see if Rubik can steal Magnus's RP as well as the previous game. So far I'm not really sure if there's any more sound problems. Not sure if there are any more sound problems, but I'm just gonna continue talking here. If you guys have any sound problems, I have my Twitch chat open during the draft, so this is the time where you can lay down all the feedback, I guess. And first departure going to be taking the time here. 14 seconds left. Want to pick up the 4th hero. PL as well as Kotal. What other stall heroes are there? A possible one could be a Bane to counter up their Life Stealer. I'm looking more towards a Bane, but I've never seen first departure run a Bane. They have an RP for it, but a Bane could be good at shutting down the Queen of Pain as well. But Bane doesn't really have this anti-pushing potential that they are kind of looking for to turtle with this Phantom Lancer. And I see called out in the chat for actually Medusa, and it's gonna be a Clockwork. Clockwork's gonna be his sole purpose will be to just lock down the Life Stealer, just push him out of the fights, keep him within the cogs, and just be the suicidal guy, just to be isolating a Life Stealer, not giving him the chance to get any kills out of this. And first departure here, already looking to have a very strong draft, very strong turtle lineup as well. And I want to see what the last hero is going to be in the lineup. Quarter PL going to be together for obvious reasons, and the last one, is it going to be a Bane? Remains to be seen. JoeNet could actually snatch up the Bane here. Bane's also very good. Pick off the Magnus. And can just disable so many heroes and actually just cause a lot of trouble in the fights. But Bane, one of the problems with the hero is he doesn't have enough reach. And you could have Weaver. Weaver good at just running and just fighting to fighting in the tri-lane here with PL as well as Kotal. Won't be doing him a lot of favors if he does get caught in the RP, of course. But Weaver, we saw Ninja Boogie from Neo Illusion that the game 2 in the previous game, best of 3, he did play a superb game against the orange lineup, and they did get destroyed by the Weaver. So Ninja Boogie, really great game coming from him.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Well, I'm tired of seeing the same few heroes in this pro game as well, Sky, Lobos, but I'm also hoping for new heroes such as the Tasca as well as Slug, and possibly even more a better Draw Ranger game, but I don't think that's going to happen right now. JoeNet do have 2 very strong range heroes, so a Draw Ranger could fit in there at the back of a lifesteal. A Draw Ranger, I feel, is something like a Weaver. You don't actually, you can't actually play him as a main carry, I feel, but because she gets picked off too easily, her farm gets shut down. So you put so much farm on one hero and he gets burst down so quickly in the map, in the fights, that you just effectively waste all your farm. You don't get anything out of it, and that's why I don't agree with a Weaver. Yeah, I don't agree with a Weaver. Yeah, I don't agree with a Weaver as a number 1, but a Lifestealer is going to be there to back him up this time. So no draw. No Draw Ranger going to come out for JoeNet here, and Sanking once again we see, but this time it's not played by Lei, it's going to be played by First Departure, and First Departure does play a Sanking pretty well as well. Sanking, I can't remember who it was played by. It's probably going to be Lubby, if I'm not wrong, but Lubby does play... Yeah, it's probably going to be Lubby, but right now the First Departure guys are not using the proper names, so I'm not sure who it is. I'm just going to call them by the whatever names they're there. So I'm going to call them by the actual names, but I do know that Archin is Poloson, and Miracle is the first Miracle.
10 seconds.
And guys, I did not get into the game in time to... Yeah, I did not get into the broadcaster slot in time, so this is going to be from the spectator mode. Hopefully that doesn't affect me as much. Yep, hopefully that doesn't affect me as much. It's going to be a Jakiro last pick here for First Departure. I mean JoeNet. Good for the Rubik, throwing them into the ice path. Gonna be pretty decent in catching someone out. And with the Lifestealer, they're gonna get a lot of hurt coming in. And I hope to see a tri-lane versus tri-lane because it does make things more interesting. But right now, I feel it's just gonna be a carry swapping the farm for another carry. Go see how First Departure turtle is. First Departure are known as a very good turtle hero.
10 seconds remaining.
Very good turtle hero here. They have good turtle heroes, and they are a very well-known turtle team as well. They can turtle very well. Turtle long enough for Miracle to get up his farm on his favorite anti-mage. Oh yeah, Skyroth Mage is also possible, but I'm not sure if GEST does run. GEST does run on tournament version or the tournament version or latest version. So not sure how that goes. So right now, oh my god, what is this guy? I'm gonna call him... Okay, so OO is gonna be on Coddle. I'm just gonna call him OO until I find out his name. If any admins are tuning into this right now, what is Coddle's real name? I'll be checking in the Skype very shortly. So Scripted will be on the Sand King, who is Scripted as well. I need to know Scripted's name as well. So I'm going to check with the admins on what the players' names are. So it's kind of troublesome when when players don't actually use the real names. But okay, never mind. I'll just be going on JoeNet's side first. So JoeNet will be playing, R9 will be on the Jakiro, and CL will be on the Weaver. Black Diamond is going to be on the Rubik, and Don Xuan, the very famous solo mid player that everyone's so hyped up about. I've seen him play a couple times. He's amazing. If it's, whatever he does. And Quan Ki? Or Jet. Okay, fine. Jet's gonna be on the life stealer, and of course Don Xuan will be heading down here, trying to get some pickoffs here in the early game. Scripted, Sand King, Miracle, Phantom Lancer, hard carry as always. Achin, also known as Peloson, will be on the Magnus, OO Kotl, and Hannah off lane, Clockwork. So bring up the last hits.
Radiant structures must have
So a lot of shoutouts coming on, and instant ward block. This ward does block up the cam if I'm not wrong. So be checking out on the Skype chat once again. What a
the game is on.
okay, so it sounds great so far. That's good to know. Okay, so we're gonna be checking out the lanes very quickly. So it's gonna be a tri-lane against tri-lane. I'm very excited for this. So you won't see just a very early farm fest coming out of just the PL, just hitting creeps non-stop, and the lifestealer hitting creeps non-stop. But it's gonna be a lifestealer against Clockwork. So Clockwork actually does have kind of a upper hand here. Well, I won't say upper hand, they will be pretty balanced, but Clockwork has the chance to harass the lifestealer back a lot. And because this tri-lane doesn't have a lifestealer, it doesn't have as much aggression without the open wounds. Although Shukuchi then can chase down heroes very quickly, but with Jakiro as well as the Rubik here, they can actually look to push back Miracle a lot. Kotl going for the first point, Illuminate here. Camp's already blocked up, so they're going to use Sentry Ward. Where did the Sentry Ward go? Sentry Ward is going to be placed over here. Looks for an Observer. Not sure if they found one. I don't think they found one. And Scripted is going to look for the D Ward very shortly. Yeah, he's not going to find him. Not sure what he's waiting for. Drops the Sentry Ward, so unfortunately for him, he drops the Sentry Ward on the wrong side here. Not going to get D Ward off, and this Observer will be gone. And here Phantom Lance go out. R9 going to be hit down by the Kotl, as well as the Phantom Lancer. I'm going to push back a little bit, but not going to mind too much. I'm going to munch on the Tango and be fine. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, Don Xuan 5 for 2 here against the Magnus 4 for 1. This matchup does favor the Queen of Pain, of course. Queen of Pain with the 1 point in Shadow Strike and Blink, now hitting level 3, going for the 1-1-1. Possibly, yep, not going for 2 points in Shadow Strike here, so gets the deny on that as well. So Don Xuan going for 3 points in branches as well as 1 mental, so slow down his bottle a little bit, but Queen of Pain does have the upper hand over Magnus in terms of last hit anyway, with her being a range and a Shadow Strike. Shadow Strike away from just pushing Magnus. But Polozon just gonna be very aggressive here. If he gets a skewer, he might get a kill. He does kill. Does he go get for a skewer? Nope, not gonna go for a skewer. So Polozon playing it safe, gonna go for another shockwave. Yep, gonna get a shockwave as well, hitting QB back. So Don Xuan has to be very careful now. If he gets skewered up, he might die. And meanwhile, Clockwork takes a lot of damage, and Phantom Lancer gets the first blood at the bottom lane. Rubik goes down, so very good kill coming out of the bottom lane here. And meanwhile, Hannah, like I said, the power cogs are very good at pushing back Lifestealer here, burning his mana as well as taking away his life. The Rage does not save you from power cogs, so that's going to be something going the way of Clockwork. And Clockwork going to be able to farm a little bit here. Okay, so it looks like the names are there. Going to the skip. Alright, so it looks like Kotl is played by Heaven. Scripted is... I'm not sure who Scripted is. Scripted is the 6th player in First Departure's roster, so he's a new guy. So Scripted was Scripted, and Heaven, I've not heard of Heaven. Oh yeah, Heaven is the guy. Okay, so Heaven is Kotl. And where is Labi? I guess Labi is not here, so Labi will not be joining us for this game here. CL, meanwhile, going for the point, Germinate attack as well as 1 point Shukui. And Magnus, meanwhile, going to be exchanging hits with Don Xuan. He's dropping very high here, and he actually might go for the skewer here. Shockwaves off cooldown in 2 seconds. If it was off cooldown, then he might actually look for it. The skewer into the shockwave would have picked off Don Xuan, and that would have been a free kill for him. Magnus, meanwhile, still going to be playing very aggressively here. Hannah dropping down too low, has to go back to the base here and regen up a little bit. Guys, now that I'm solo casting, I can't really keep an eye on the Twitch chat. If there are anything important, I guess, I will receive text messages from friends as well as Skype chats from the admins telling me if there's any issues. But meanwhile, it's gonna be a pickup here on Scripted. Scripted's gonna fly up, but not gonna get anything. And a Counter Blast goes through the CL. CL drops down very low, pops the salve instantly. Miracle going for the stats. Lance build, very common here. And again, lifesteal, like you see, already running out of mana, and here comes the barrier assault. No mana up on Jet. Jet's dropping very low, but with all the creeps surrounding him now, barrier assault's just not as good. Magnus does pick up the illusion rune, but doesn't have a bottle at the back of that. Send that in for send it in for the bottle crow. But he's gonna get some experience here. Hits level 5. Quap does rotate down. Where's Quap? Oh, Quap is back. Yeah, Quap is here. He's gonna be flasking up. Take a lot of damage from the Magnus. This is why I said Magnus hardly loses the lane. He does have 17 last hits now, using the shockwave to farm very effectively. And Polozon, just a very skilled solo mid. Same as Don Juan is. You don't want to give Don Juan any space in this bottom lane. If he gets any space whatsoever. And here comes the lance on Rubik. Rubik is going to be on the wrong side of the... Nope. Cordoba's going to catch them out here. Is he going to go for the barrel strike anyway? CL is going to back off. Scripter dropping down very low. Jakiro just throwing out a few auto attacks here. Going to be burning down Script a little bit. And CL goes for the Shukuchi. Not going to go for Scripter. He might get barrel striked up here, so not going to care. And is there any more regeneration? Yep. Tango's going to go to Sand King. And Miracle going to be back to farming. Not feeling too daunted by this trial. Like I said, without Lifestealer, the lane really lacks a lot of aggression. Sure, Ice Path into the Telekinesis is good, but these two disables are kind of non-damage disables. Ice Path does deal a little bit of damage, but it's kind of negligible in that sense. So not a lot of burst damage coming the way of them. Shukuchi doesn't deal a lot of magical damage as well. But CL gonna be harassed back by this constant spam from Miracle. Miracle with the stick charges as well as Kotl. He pretty much has unlimited lances. So look, this Trident already pushed back by this PL. And meanwhile, Polozon does have his RP. Flies in the Town Bottle Scroll with his boots. Gonna be Bottle Crowing once again. At all, but no, Polozon. I think he's gonna rotate in. He has full mana. He wants to rotate in. And another lance goes out. CL dropping very low. Cordo Blast just missing him a little bit there. R9 catches the end of that. And he will be taking a lot of damage. Meanwhile, up on the top lane, Philippine has 24 and Magnus has 23. But Don Juan gonna not get the rune there. Rubik's gonna rotate down. Gonna find the regen rune and try and keep it for him. But Polozon wants to try and get the regen rune. But Black Diamond will be forced to take this regen. Yep, bring up the rune for the bottom lane, as well as providing a little bit of vision for incoming ganks. But Clawwell gets picked off here. Solo kill here on Jet, by Jet. He picks up the phase boots, has a magic wand, and Clockwork just not be able to deal with this Lifestealer. Possibly not cap on his positioning, gets caught up with the open wounds, with the phase boots, can do a lot of damage, especially with a strike hero such as Clock. Lifestealer does chip away very quickly at his health. And again, more lance harassment coming out. Miracle still going to continue farming. Has his Tranquil Boots, so he will not be stuffed with her ultimate. Actually can look for a kill here on Polo if he's not careful. Rubik, meanwhile, still sitting around level 4. Decent, given his start. So Sand King going to barrel strike out of that, but Jet does come down here. Nice body blocking here from Heaven. Phantom Lance going to fly out on JoeNet, on Jet here. Chakra going to go out on PL.
Dire's mid tower could use a little help.
So the stream should be up in about
Dire's mid tower's having technical difficulties.
Anyway, Heaven gonna be stacking the creep cam here for his buddy Miracle. Miracle already sitting up at how much gold already? I think he has 2 alacrities up on him already. Checking the items here, so he does have Miracle. Where does his gold go? Not sure where Miracle spent his gold. Oh, Miracle spent his gold on the drums. So he's going for the drums first, going for a bit more survivability, going for more mana, as well as the HP. And Polozon, meanwhile, has blown the RP. Has not managed to get any kills out of that. Yeah, he did get 1 kill out of that one. So a big pickup here from him. But his RP is going to come off cooldown in about 30 seconds. I'm sorry about the drop, guys. I don't think it's going to happen again. Yeah, the stream looks okay now. So you guys.
Radiant's top tower's hurting.
So meanwhile, Hannah is going to be throwing out rockets to the top lane. He's trying to slow down this push. They do have a glyph. He's going to see if they want to pop it. Yep, glyph is going to be forced to use. Going to force to come up. And Sand King is going to be rotating up to the top lane. Does have level 5, 3 points in the barrel strike. And here comes the Shadow Strike on Hannah. There's going to be an instant TP in from Magnus. Polozon goes for the skew. Is that going to be the RP? Oh, there's going to be an instant lift up on him. Polozon going to drop very low, but the nice hook shot and follow up by the barrel strike. Going to catch 2, but Polozon already goes down here. And Sand King going to get his barrel strike stolen up. He's going to go down. Don Juan gets a double kill. Don Juan just playing such a big game here. 3-1 here in favor of him and JoeNet. Taking a very early lead, I guess. gold is dropping back down in favor
Radiant lost the top.
of the Dire here, and Jet takes the tower. Queen of Pain takes the tower. Jet, meanwhile, is just gonna be farming up here. He's got the drums working towards the armlet very shortly, I assume. Miracle, meanwhile, goes for the drums. Gonna see if he goes for the Radiance or goes for the Diffusal Blade. Most likely Diffusal Blade. Could be the Yasha. Could be greedy and go for the Yasha, I guess. But Diffusal Blade is just really good against the most heroes here. But I guess he didn't want to go for the Diffusal Blade because Diffusal Blade doesn't work against Lifestealer.
The Dire disown their mid tower.
So
The Dire
Diffusal Blade is kind of bad on Phantom Lancer, and glad the stream is back up on the after the delay sets in. So yep, like I said, Diffusal Blade is bad against Lifestealer because Rage does make the mana burn. Mana burn doesn't go through Rage. So PL with the Diffusal Blade not gonna be as effective. So you might see a Yasha miracle this time. And Magnus does pick up his Blink Dagger. So Pelozon, despite dying the last fight, does pick up his Blink Dagger at last. Gonna be very happy with that. Looking for battle initiations. The previous one he had to skill in and he got instantly picked up by the Rubik, and Rubik picked up a Barrel Strike as well. So 3 points in that. Gonna be very happy with an additional stun to his arsenal. 3 points in Fate Bolt and 3 points in the Barrel Strike does add a lot of burst damage to his set. And CL meanwhile has rotated down, trying to stop Miracle, but Miracle is not to be stopped. Already a Blade of Alacrity there. I'm sorry again, once again, guy, for the Twitch issue, or yeah, the server issue, and Barrel Strike does go out. Level 3 on that, not long enough. Doesn't find the Lifestealer. Lifestealer going to back off, a bit daunted by that attack, and we're going to be going into the jungle, I assume. Is there any stacks for him? Not going to be any stacks for him. Hannah, meanwhile, trying to get some more levels up here. Not sure what he's doing here. Should be looking for more engagement. Smoke up here for JoeNet. Look at the hero levels 11 on both Pelozon as well as Lifestealer. Queen of Pain sitting at level 9. So Pelozon has been spending a lot of time in lane as well. Despite getting 2 kills, he doesn't get a lot. And here comes an instant open wounds here, but a nice haste from Koto is going to be saving his life there, tanking his lucky stars. And it's just about the haste, and the haste was just about to run out as well.
about that bottom tower.
And here comes Hannah. Going to be caught out here by CL, but CL diving a little bit in. Going to be getting his mana burned here by the Cogs, and Rubik's going to be pushed back as well. Going to lose a lot of mana for themselves. Going to be hitting away the Bucks, and it'll be fine. Hannah about down to half health, losing a lot of armor at the end of that as well. But Pelozon already does have his blink. Wants to look for a good RP here. Observer Ward going to block up this camp.
Fortify their structures.
So Miracle will not be getting any more pulls as well as stacks from that. And Miracle gets caught out inside here. Lifestealer going to be TPing out. There is no stun. There is no more Ice Path. And a nice Blinding Light going to be saving his buddy's life. But I think Koto might be paying with his life. His script that uses the Barrel Strike. But Donshwan does have a lot of mana left. And is there going to be a TP? TP? Yep, TP out from the Koto. Koto! Oh, not going to get out of that. Jakiro picks him off with the Ice Path. But scripted does get dropped here as well. The Barrel Strike going to be saving his life as well, but here comes Donshwan with the Scream of Pain, and Lifestealer might actually get another kill here, and it's going to get another kill. Ice Path catches another one, so 2 Ice Path kills. Great snipes out here from R9, and that's going to be a lot more advantage coming the way of JoeNet, and this is what they need because late game they're not going to be able to deal with that PL. So now
Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower.
Koto's up at level 6, so meanwhile they will be pushing and applying pressure here on his bot tier 1.
Lasts much longer. Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now.
Yeah, I hear that some guys in the chat actually do say that Diffuser is the most cost-efficient damage item. I don't disagree, and Miracle doesn't seem to disagree as well, but the Diffuser mana burn does not work on lifesteal, so maybe he wants to look for more Yasha to go for the move speed as well as the additional attack speed damage. Just to hit harder at the lifestealer and make his illusions just a bit more painful, but then he still wants to go for the Diffuser because the Purge can be very handy when it comes to all the fights. It's going to be good at chipping away those in heroes such as Rubik as well as THD. Rubik doesn't have a lot of armor, neither does Weaver as well, so if he's caught out without his Shikushi, he might actually go down to a horde of miracles. But meanwhile, Miracle just doing what he does best, which is farming. And there's going to be a huge smoke and an instant RP on CL. There's going to be a skill. Nope, follow up Barrel Strike and a skill into the wall. So the bug was just squished. Yeah, Pelozon sit as Pelozon going to be getting a very good pick off here. Regen rune at the back of that as well. So he doesn't have to worry too much about mana. And the 4 of them will be looking to take a tower. This is what I meant by First Departure, having a DK-ish kind of playstyle. They do the 4 protect 1 instead, but rather they don't do a 4 protect 1, they do a 4 split push and a 1 a 4 push as 4 team push, and then they just have Miracle just farming alone there. Like you see, he's already farming alone in the middle lane. Already has his alacrity, second alacrity up, I assume. Should have his second alacrity up. And no, he went for the diffuser blade recipe, so...
You know the drill.
And with the top tower going down, he will have even more go. And he will have the diffuser blade at the end of this creep wave. So that's pretty huge item pickup from him. And there's gonna be a TP down here. Sand King's gonna come. Macro Pie, Ice Puff, cancel TP. So good play. Only Heaven gonna go down there. So Kotal, a bit of a suicidal TP coming in here. TPing onto 4 is not exactly the best idea, of course. But diffuser blade brought up here by PL. PL gonna go into the Doppel Walk, and CL meanwhile, Don Juan has Lifestealer in him, so gonna look for a nice Nyx bomb, but nope. First departure gonna be banging away this tower, and there's no opposition so far. Queen of Pain does make the rotation up top. Polozan does not have RP, so I have to be very careful. Here comes the TP. Is there gonna be blink? Instant blink, no time for the blink. Gonna be skill ring, lifesteal out. That's not what you want. Gonna be a TP out, but is there a bounce right? No, Polozan gonna get out of there. Sand King gonna get dusted up, gonna get blown up by Don Juan. Don Juan just getting the right pick off. Got to pick off the Sand King. 5 to 9 here is the favor for JoeNet, but PL just getting big and not dying at all. Miracle just doing a good job, just escaping out of fight, staying out of fights. That's what he does best. If you see the guy's anti-mage, you'll be pretty amazed at how he just stays out of fight constantly and just pushes non-stop. Miracle just finding the farm here. Diffusal blade up on him. Drums as well as a Ring of Quiller. Looking for his next item, which I assume should be the Heart or the Manta style. Depending on his playstyle, there is quite a couple of things. Is Queen of Pain going for the... Nope, Queen of Pain not going for Silence, going for the Hex instead. See, with the ultimate op, possibly even a Lincoln Sphere, but I don't see a point in that. Possibly going for the Hex instead. So going for the Hex, so Mana style might not be doing you that much favors in that sense, but it could give you a lot of illusions to work with. And the illusions do spawn illusions, so that's a lot of them coming your way. And Miracle, gonna be selling up something. I'm not sure what he sold. I think he sold a Salt Shield for Magic Wand. Gonna be pushing again. Once again, his entire team's on the other side of the map and he stays on this side. Just pushing. But little does he know, the Lifestealer is very close to him. Miracle, meanwhile, gonna be banging away this tower, and he will get this tower for free. There is no glyph, and he will get it. And he might get a kill here on JoeNet. JoeNet does have Infest, so he's okay. But Queen of Pain does get a mega kill here. Magnus goes down. Polozan. Oh wow, JoeNet, he does go into the Infest. So very, very quick fingers there. Miracle actually might have gotten a kill there if he wasn't careful. Creep goes down and he drops very low. Miracle shouldn't be greedy here. Should be backing off. Haste on Don Juan. Don Juan ultimate. 1.5 hit go on him. Working towards his Hex. And look at the last hits and denies. 120 last hits here on Miracle. Why do I keep calling Polozan? 120 last hits on Miracle, and Lifestealer up at 92 last hits. Weaver 98 and Magnus 108. Well, this guy's a farmer. Well, but he has 1.7k gold working towards his refresher, no doubt. And yeah, Kotal going towards that mech, has a chainmail up him for extra survivability. But Jakiro is sitting at the last. And Barrel Strike goes out here, hold that top, skill back in, doesn't catch the QOP. Counter Blast goes at the top of him, and Don Juan will be backing off there. He does have the haste rune, so he will be fine. So Kotal sees the Jakiro's liver. Yep. And Sanking gets Shadow Poisoned up. We'll be using Counter Blast as well as the Sanking Barrel Strike to get some farm out of this. Sanking working towards his Blink Dagger. 1.8k gold on him. We'll be having it very soon. And power is up on him to get him a little bit more farm. And I feel that this Clockwork just hasn't been doing a lot in this fight, other than his really good two-man hook on the top lane earlier in the early stages of the game. But this isn't working out that well for him. Hannah not doing as much contribution as he would like, I think. And Scripted, meanwhile, got to be helped out by his buddy Kotal. Got to get some farm. Yep. Yeah, and with that, with this two creeps, he will have his Blink Dagger. So Blink Dagger up for the Sand King. Magnus going to throw a Shockwave, slow down this creep push, and they have been holding on to the tier 1 in the middle lane, so that's good on Polozan's part. He hasn't been leaving this lane a lot. He has been going out once in a while, but hasn't been leaving that much. And again, I think we're going to see another smoke at the top of the Sentry Ward. Yeah, we're going to smoke on Rubik. Smoke. Nope, not going to smoke. Not even gonna smoke because they see first departure actually leaving their tier 1 tower there. So meanwhile, Miracle just continues farming. Already 2.5k gold. This guy is amazing when it comes to the last hits and denies 148 right now. We're gonna see his gold per minute. 445 here. Getting stunned up by the Centaur, but they'll be okay. Double damage rune going to be picked up by Don Juan. That's going to help him in the next fight. His right click is going to be a lot more painful. But meanwhile, the thing is that JoeNet actually spot Miracle farming, but they can't do anything about it because his team's always in the vicinity, just defending him, and it's just difficult to pin down PL. especially with their lineup. The only one that can actually pin him down is like the Queen of Pain if she does get the Hex. They don't have something like a Storm Spirit or a Puck to silence up Miracle, preventing him from running away from the fight. So Miracle just gonna be very brave here, gonna be going up against CL, gonna be lancing up CL, burning his mana. Shukuchi's gonna damage him out a bit, but he's not gonna bother too much. He did buy up something. What's it gonna be? Diffusal 2. So yeah, going for a Diffusal 2, not going for any more item progression. Oh, he does go for a Yasha as well. So spending all his gold on a Yasha as a Diffusal 2. So going for the Manta, possibly to remove the dual breath. And I hear open wounds go out. Is that open wounds going out on someone? Okay, Sand King gonna escape there with the help of his Sandstorm, although there is a Sentry Ward over there. Magnus meanwhile looks to get another pick off here. 2.5k gold on him, saving his gold, possibly going for a BKB or refresher depending on the situation. And scripted as well as Koto, going to be holding the lines here. Koto 3 points in Illuminate, going to be getting a lot of damage on this creep wave, going to be pushing them back. Miracle Diffusal 2 as well as the Yasha. Diffusal 2 does add a lot of bonus to the mana drain. You can see here 36 mana drain instead of the 20, and with that multiplication of the illusions, with the Juxtapose as well as the Phantom Edge, going to get a lot of mana burn coming in. Of course, it doesn't work on Lifestealer when he pops the Rage, so that is why I suggested that maybe Miracle wanted to go for the Yasha instead of Diffusal, but no, he just go for the Diffusal instead. Black Diamond, meanwhile, has not got any spells stolen up for him. They're going to be farming her as 3 or 4. Just sticking together as a team here. First Departure, meanwhile, going to be sticking together as well, but Miracle just going to be farming. CL, what's he got? CL's got a Yasha as well. Going to go for the Manta style to block off any... Yeah, probably to remove the Mana Leak. Mana Leak's going to be pretty big on him. The Phantom Lance as well. So the slow is important to get rid of if you don't have a Shukuchi, but Mana Leak is a pretty big spell for Weaver to get rid of, because he does move very fast, and the faster you move, the faster you lose your mana. Miracle, meanwhile, just hanging in the neighborhood, gonna go back into the creep wave, apply more pressure at the bottom lane. This is how you play the split push Phantom Lancer, and he does have Coddle to call him in any time, so he doesn't have to worry. Heaven's always gonna be watching his back there. It's kind of nice to have Heaven watching your back. And a moment here, says Hannah, and I will have this time to check out the Twitch chat and see if anything... I'm gonna see if anything does go wrong here. So far this chat is just pretty normal, just trolling as normal. So meanwhile, I'll take this time to change up my overlays a little bit. Hope you guys have been enjoying this cast here. I am a new caster for BTS, just standing them for him while they handle the G1 business. And big shout out to Gigabyte as well as Dota Talk and Western Digital for hosting this tournament. And of course, big thanks to Be On The Summit who have given me this opportunity. I'm your host, Lysander Zenora, just bring you your English coverage for today in the GEST main event quarterfinals between First Departure and JoeNet. Miracle. Games resume, and he's going to be looking to push even more. And this guy plays PL so much, he just pimps out his entire PL, Ancestress Pauldron, Ancestor's Belt, as well as the Ancestor's Vambrace. So it's the entire set for himself. He's going to be farming up non-stop. This guy's just good at it. And meanwhile, the smoke up here from First Departure, Magnus as well as Scripted. Both have the Blink Daggers. Magnus going for the BKB. Not wanting to get constantly picked up here by the Rubik or the getting frozen in the ice path. Is not going to be beneficial for him. They're going to be baiting with the PL here. Yep, PL's going to run up forward. They're going to find CL. If they find CL, it's going to be an instant RP, and that's going to be the Weaver's death. But nope, Weaver's going to be very careful here. Miracle, meanwhile, going to be pushing. But this Empower does give away that the Magnus is somewhat in the distance, I guess. And Gem of True Sight is dropped on the floor. Where's it? Jakiro, where's Jakiro? Oh. Gem of True Sight is picked up here from the Dire, so they don't want to be looking to lose this. Queen of Pain does have it, has the Lifestealer in him. Smoke used once again, very aggressive here. They're going to look to catch out Miracle. The path is already drawn out on the map. We're going to watch the movement here. Gonna be trouble for Miracle very shortly. There is a dust, and Miracle, if he's not careful, he doesn't have the Manta style, is still in his bank, and he does go into this little niche here to get a farm, and he will be caught here. There are 3 illusions. Do they pick the right one? The Fade Ball does catch the right one, and he will be burst down. Doppel walk into the shadows, gets hexed up here, and the Queen of Pain already with the hex stick. The Miracle is finally gonna die. So great pickup here for the Dire team. Gonna get Miracle off. Miracle didn't expect that coming, and didn't have the mental style. He did try to doppel away, very quick fingers doppling into the little crook here in the trees, but got hexed up and just brought down very quickly. Lifestealer gonna be dealing so much hurt here, but the Queen of Pain 7-1 on him. Don Juan just playing such a solid game as the Queen of Pain here. It's no surprise as to why he's the crowd favorite right here. And CL meanwhile still at the Yasha. Let's see what his items are. We might have problems very soon here in the middle lane. And Scripted gets called out. Not sure what he was doing there, but Lifestealer gonna be banging away at this tower. The glyph is forced to pop. Gonna be brought down very quick here. Jet does have the armlet, does go for another glove, going for the Maelstrom as well as the drums. Already up on him, and Quarterblast gonna be landing in, and a hook shot does lash onto the Lifestealer. Lifestealer gonna get brought down here. The barrier assault gonna be bringing him down. Skewer gonna go through. RP on 2. Quarterblast gonna hit on all of them, but Pelozon will be going down here. Does the Lifestealer go down? Lifestealer gets brought down. Miracle is back here. Diffuser Blade onto Don Juan. Don Juan gets hit there, but Don Juan's gonna be escaping out of this alive. Blink gonna be saving his life there, and Weaver actually tries to get a kill here. Mana Leak as well. Essentially, what he's gonna get stunned up, and this is why he needs the Manta Style. No mana for anything. His stick charge does come off here in a while. Here gets purged out once again. Gonna burn his mana. Lance gonna fly on him. Missile gets him, and the Weaver will go down. Yep, Clockwork will go down. So that's very close here. 4 heroes lost here from JoeNet. They had a pickoff, a great pickoff on Miracle. Overextended, dove the tower very hard, and got counter pushed in a sense. And a lot of Miracle Illusions going to be hitting away at this tier 2 tower, and they might actually look to take the tier 3, do some damage actually with this illusion. Going to do some damage to the tier 3 tower. Jakiro is going to be here to stall up the creep wave, and so is the Quap. Now tier 3 tower is going to suffer very minimal damage. Heaven has a mech up on him, so that's going to be adding some burst heal to his lineup. Lifesteal picks up a Maelstrom. 234 last hits for Miracle, 114 only on the Lifesteal. So Miracle, the monster farming machine, going to be doing it again. Going to be farming so hard. Mantle Star up on him, 1.2k gold to boot. Phantom Lancer gets the tower on the top as well. So JoeNet losing a lot of towers, but do win in the kills. Don Juan does know the right one. Very quick Manta out from the Phantom Lancer. Going to be dodging that hex there. I think he did hex the illusion by accident. So very quick fingers from him. Going to recalling in the Sand King. Sand King does come in here. Gets pulled out, but he does get the stun on Jet. And Rubik just going to be the collateral damage here. Sand King will go down. Sonic Wave goes out, but Miracle will be getting another kill. His illusion will be stabbing R9 in the back. Will be stabbing R9 in the back, but here comes the latch on. Where's the latch on? Where's the latch on? Where's the latch on? But here comes Don Juan, gonna be leaked up by the Mali. RP solo on his shockwave to the face. Gem drops to the hits the deck. CL gonna be here, gonna spot out a Keeper of Light, but Keeper of Light might actually go down here. And yep, Keeper of Light will go down. The Gem once again switches hands. Hannah's gonna pick that right up. Nope, PL gonna pick that up, but here comes a skewer. But the Weaver gonna be Shukuchiing out of that one right away. Very messy fight indeed. I hope I caught most of that. And Shukuchi to safety. A very quick time lapse out from CL, going to be saving his life. And RP used to bring down Don Juan. So Don Juan, after a very good run, 9-1 there, goes down with a 9-2, giving away the monster kill streak to Magnus. Going to be bring him, and he does have his BKB now, so probably going to work on that refresher. So it looks like JoeNet is now on the back foot after that fight. 6,000 gold, gonna be the favor for first departure here. Magnus gonna be pushing down the middle lane. Miracle's out of mana, so he might want to back off right now. Koto's not here to save him because Koto did die at the back of that, trying to snatch up that gem. Do they look for a Roche? And meanwhile, we see Sand King just farming. Let's see a Diffuser Blade.
Guess what's happening to
Diffuser Blade just used such great effect here. Miracle with the Empower, going to do a lot of splash damage, going to take out this creep camp. So this is why Magnus always such a top pick in these competitive games. He has so much utility, good laning, good nuking, good ultimate as well. The Empower just being able to empower your carry to farm up those big creep camps. Not having a cleave is not a problem. Even Anti-Mage can actually look to forego the Battle Fury, or maybe Faceless Void can look to forego the Battle Fury. Go for the Maelstrom instead, like we saw the other day, and just get empowered to farm up those big creep camps and fight during the Chronosphere. It really does take away a step from the carry's farming progression, and Pelozon just plays a good Magnus. He just plays a good solid solo mid in general. He does have a very good puck as well. If you guys did watch the FD2L finals, his puck performance was just solid. Meanwhile, let's check out the gold graph again. 7.5k gold. So we've already seen that experience graph about 3,000 in favor. Not that huge. First Departure can still drop this game if they're not careful and throw the game a little bit. But Lifestealer getting really big here. Still not liking his chances against the PL late game. Yeah, not liking his chances in the towards the PL mid game. Hannah already picks up a pipe as well as the Ghost Scepter. Going to be avoiding all those damage here from the Lifestealer. He's been sick and tired of being bashed down by the Lifestealer. Illusion Room going to be picked up by Miracle. Yep, more illusions for him. Always good. R9. Rocket going to be spotting out the Lifestealer here. So no rotation in for them. CL can farm up the Ancients. I'm surprised they haven't released the Dragon Spawn Ancients. The Dragon Spawn Ancients, if I remember correctly, in Dota 1, they are there. CL has a Mental Star up, 1.7k gold boot, and 1000 gold on the Lifestealer. Gonna see what he goes for next. Maelstrom, the natural progression is a Mjolnir, but he could go AC with that Hyperstone. Pelozon just playing very ballsy here, alone here, throwing out shockwaves just to be pushing out this creep camp. Not giving momentum for JoeNet here on the bottom lane there. Like you see, Shockwave again getting more farm, and that's it. Lifestealer had enough. He's gonna go into CL onto that Ferrari, onto that sports car or race car, whatever you call it, and gotta look to pick up Pelozon. Pelozon, oh dear. Yep, Shukuchi goes out, blink instantly, and the TP. So very quick reflexes here from Pelozon. Bunks go out to go for a little search, not gonna find anything. Meanwhile, Hannah gonna push out the mid lane along with Phantom Lancer. Where's Phantom Lancer? Phantom Lancer just farm up the jungle. Black King Bar for Queen of Pain, so that will save a lot of grief in the coming team fights. And the Hex as well. Already up on him. Rubik still hasn't stolen any spells, but with all this pressure that First Departure has been applying to the lanes, they'll be looking to push towards that Roshan right now. But CL still carrying the Lifestealer on his back. Gonna be Shukuchi in and out of the fights. Miracle gonna steal up the Ancients here. Nothing he can really do about it. He has a gem. He can spot out the Weaver if he does come in for it. Sand King does go for the Sandstorm. CL gonna spot him out. Yep, CL gonna spot him out. Weaver gonna be nope. Pop. Just not fast enough. Haste goes out on Phantom Lancer. He does have a gem with him as well. Hope to see him pick up that gem, that heart very soon. And here comes the Collar Blast. CL's gonna walk on into an instant hex up on Pelozon. Pelozon might have to buy out from this. Pelozon will buy out from this. He's gonna come back into the fight, and Koto will go down as well. Very good fight for them. And not gonna be calling the Magnus in time. Sand King, oh Sand King gets picked up on him. Goes for the Sandstorm. Gets Bar Strike out as well. Gonna blink out there, fine. So Sand King very, very close there, nearly losing his life. Still doesn't have Arcane Boots, wants to work towards that. The mana pool right now very low on him. Very quick, that's a very nice move, dropping the Bracer, popping the Stick Charge, and then wearing the Bracer back up. Does reduce your base mana a little bit, so by percentage you get more mana after picking up the Bracer. Hannah gonna throw out more rockets. Check out Roche, just to make sure that the JoeNet is not doing any cheeky shenanigans. Miracle, meanwhile, does have his heart ready. 311 last hits on him. If you want to look at the net worth, it's 17k on the PL, 18k right now, and the Cancer Lancer is growing, and Crop is only sitting at 13k, and this Lifestealer is just not farming well at all. He does have 10k net worth, but all these items you see on him are very cheap items, and he doesn't have a lot of good ones. And of course, and Weaver just a little bit ahead of him, 12,000 gold lead with the Eagle Song on him, looking to do more damage, going for the Butterfly, make himself even harder to kill by the PL illusions. But the thing is, JoeNet, they do have 2 carries and technically a third one from the Quarp. And Departure only have PL and possibly a Magnus if he decides to go that way. So late game, PL gets a... Wow, he gets a kill on... Yep, RP was used for that one. So Weaver does die, but that's a Weaver that can't buy out because he bought his Eagle Song. So this might actually be a tier 3 tower or even possibly Rex, because although Magnus doesn't have his BKB, doesn't have his RP, he does have his BKB and the Skewer, and PL does hit like a truck right now, and he's just absolutely difficult to kill with the heart, with the Diffusal Blade and the Manta, and he's just gonna be hitting away this tower. It's not even gonna give her a damn. Gonna get frozen. Glyph is forced to pop. A little bit of a missed time on that one. Could have bought a little bit more time, but Pipe is already popped, and here comes the Lifestealer. Go to pop the Rage. Gets pushed away by the Cox, and this is why Clockwork is so good against Lifestealer. But there's going to be a Barrel Strike here on Don Xuan. Don Xuan going to have to be forced to pop the BKB. Going to get pushed here by the Cox, so very big, very, very clutch. I think it was very unfortunate. He blinked into that. And Skewer's gonna push out the Tyranid Dragon. Instant buyout, no buyout from him. And here comes Lifestealer, going to get beat down by all his illusions. The Cancer just overwhelming him. Lifestealer can't steal enough life for that one. So Lifestealer dies of Cancer, and the Rex will go as well. The mid lane, Pelozon just going to be banging away at the tower, and they're going for the GG. They're not even going to risk this, they're going for the GG. With 3 heroes down, Lifestealer on the sidelines for 50 seconds. CL's back up, but he won't do anything. Cogs are going to be brought up here. Rubik going to be trying for the pickup. Not going to get it. Magnus gets another tower. And Lifestealer forced to buy out here. Yep, forced to buy out. I think that's what they're trying to force here. Lifestealer go TP back in, but if he does die here, RP is going to be ready very soon. 5 seconds on that. CL will go down, run out of mana. Kodo goes down, and a hook shot going to be latching onto Jet. And Jet goes for the infest, pops out immediately, gets pushed away by the Cox. Once again, scripted, going to get stunned up. Jet goes for the open wounds as well, does his up, and there's going to be a blink here. And Hannah, just going to be, this is why Lifestealer is not often picked, and there's going to be trolling here from Pelozon. The Cox push away Jet. Jet's out of mana, RP on him, forced up. And Sonic Wave goes out, Hannah dropping down really low, Donchuan just getting swamped here by Cancer, gets skewered, and Epicenter very unnecessary there. And this might be GG. JoeNet are going to be dropping game 1 first departure. Diffusal Blade up on R9, and it's just constant deaths coming out. And this is why people ban PL. So, Cancer reigning supreme once again. Miracle wins at the back of his Phantom Lancer. Hopefully we'll see Anti-Mage the next game. We're going to see the Anti-Mage next game, and it's going to be JoeNet disconnecting out. Throne's going to go down. First departure is going to take game 1 in this best of 3 series in this quarterfinal in the GEST main event, April. The winner goes on to fight, was it Orange Esports? Yeah, going to fight Orange Esports. The winner fights Orange Esports or someone else in the semi-finals. We'll be fighting someone, that guy in the semi-finals. I'm not so sure. I'm not sure, I have to check the admins, but yeah, the winner gets to progress to fight for that 1000 USD up for grabs. The loser does go home, unfortunately. It is a single elimination. There is no lower bracket. The Radiant does win this game very convincingly at the back of the PL. Donchuan did his best. He played very well, but in the end, Phantom Lancer is just too strong. So don't give it away. Don't give Koto PL and Magnus. It's just obscenely hard to beat. So anyway, here's the stat screen for you guys want to see it. I'm your host, Lysander Zenora. Big shout out to Dota Talk, Western Digital, as well as Gigabyte for hosting this tournament. And I'm your host, Lysander Zenora, providing your English cast. If you like my cast, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch. Both of them are Lysander. And like me on Facebook. I have a fan page. You can help me like it. It'll be really helpful if you guys do. I'm just getting a hang of things here, so hopefully you guys won't be too harsh. Stay tuned. We'll be in for game 2, so don't go away.